WEF to accelerate push for Metaverse surveillance network at Davos 2023. Now, this is their wet dream: is to have this alternate universe, this alternate place where people can go in and they control everything about it. Just like the movie, I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie Surrogates. That's what they want. They want a place like the movie Surrogates, but they control all of that, and they control everything that you see and hear and all of that stuff. We're gonna get deep into this, but before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I will not comply t-shirts, so check that out as well. All right, let's talk about this news here. During its 2023 Davos conference, the World Economic Forum will host a press conference on its quote building the metaverse initiative and release key studies and details about its efforts to further facilitate what appears to amount to a global surveillance network, according to documents reviewed by the dossier. The metaverse, a buzzworthy bumper sticker slogan that refers to a whole host of ideas in the technology space, has potential current and future applications both for private and governmental entities. It will be featured as one of the core staples of the 2023 Davos conference. So, what is the metaverse exactly? The term metaverse was invented by Arthur Neil Stevenson in his 1992 sci-fi movie Snow Crash. I said movie, I meant, sorry, it's a novel. His novel Snow Crash, in which citizens use digital avatars as a means to escape their dystopian reality. Again, it's similar to the movie Surrogates, if y'all ever seen that with Bruce Willis. It's one of my favorite Bruce Willis movies, one of them weird type of movies that Bruce Willis was always known for. Today, excuse me, today it can be defined as, quote, a vision of what many in the computer industry believe is the next iteration of the internet, a single, shared, immersive, persistent, 3D virtual space where humans experience life in ways they could not in the physical world. Before its expanded definition, the metaverse encompasses a technologically advanced virtual and augmented reality space. To entrepreneurs and technology companies, this computer world can serve as a potential revenue of data harvesting uh, and stream. Sorry, revenue and data harvesting stream.
Sorry, I don't know that.
That was my Alexa. Sorry about that. For the committed forces of technocratic tyranny, the metaverse can act as a global surveillance network that can keep tabs on anyone with the internet connection. Y'all think we have it bad now? Wait until they implement the metaverse. A metaverse adopted society can make it much easier for ruling governments to track the movements, behaviors, and activities of its citizens. For the World Economic Forum, the narrative and the ideas shop of the ruling class, the latter applications are more aligned with the feudalistic ambitions. With their feudalistic ambitions. The WEF is the chief coalition builder for what amounts to the modern depopulation movement. And I talked about that before to ad nauseum, and how they pushing for depopulation, and they try to say that the earth is overcrowded and all this other stuff. We don't have enough materials and all this other lies that they spew to keep you in check and to control you. What the real issue is that it's too many people for them to control, so they need to dial it back. That's what the real issue is. Over the years, they've partnered with big tech, central bankers, governmental, and international organizations to facilitate their feudalistic vision for the future, which involves deliberately rolling back human progress, innovation, and flourishing under the guise of saving the planet from a quote climate emergency. While various WEF partners have different motives for joining the ruling class alliance, they all have an incentive to cater to the WEF's most prized climate hoax narratives. That's why I beat down the climate hoax so bad, because that's one of the biggest avenues they use to try to take away your freedoms and take away your rights and control you. That's why I always cover that stuff. The WEF Metaverse press conference events description reads, quote, the press conference will announce the first and long-awaited outputs of the defining and building the Metaverse initiative. Highly anticipated briefing papers on interoperability in the Metaverse and the governance track of the project, and demystifying the consumer's Metaverse from the value creation track. These two briefing papers, the first in which Workstream series will serve as the foremost publications involving this amount of research. This number of stakeholders from diverse industry, 120 plus partners are involved in this initiative into these topics. The WEF will also host an event at Davos 2023 titled, quote, Deployment in the Industrial Metaverse. Panelists will discuss how, quote, the next era of the internet is fast approaching in the form of the metaverse, an immersive, interoperable, and synchronous digital world. I know I killed that word. It goes on to say, quote, in the industrial metaverse, unique opportunities will arise from the convergence of artificial intelligence, digital twins, data, and robotic technologies. The readout continues. The dossier reviewed a list of the listed partners to the World Economic Forum's Metaverse Initiative. They included corporate actors like Meta, that's formerly, Facebook, Walmart, Microsoft, Sony. Notably, the list includes major financial services and banking enterprises such as MasterCard, Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, and Lloyd's. Things really take a dark turn when moving down to the state and global governance partners to the WEF's Metaverse Initiative. These partners include Interpol, the United Nations Counterterrorism Office, the US NIH's National Human Genome Research Institute, and several additional countries' information and communication ministries. I mean, this is some dark stuff. Like we don't even know the half. A lot of the stuff they talk about behind closed doors, it doesn't get out. The WEF looks to the Chinese Communist Party as the model nation for proper governance, and I talked about that in several videos. In fact, one that I did yesterday. The CCP's nationwide surveillance regime through its Great Firewall and other components could very well become the standard for the metaverse governance. Earlier this month, the WEF published an article titled, quote, Why We Need to Regulate Digital Identity in the Metaverse, revealing that Davos indeed sought a heavy-handed top-down approach akin to the CCP's measure. In May, the WEF founder Klaus Schwab addressed his organization's metaverse work. Schwab revealed a lot about his intentions in his framing of the term, stating, quote, the metaverse will influence the way people, governments, companies, and society at large think, work, interact, and communicate for the purpose of collectively addressing issues on the global agenda. So that is the thing right there. It's so they can control. They want to control what you think. They want to control your work. They want to control how you interact and how you communicate. That's what this metaverse is about. So if we allow them to create this metaverse and control it, we will never get it back. We will never have a free and open internet anymore. So we got to fight against this. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out democrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.